It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero War Central, and I want to take you through the day in a life of a level 130 player here on Hero Wars Facebook and web. How long should it take you to completely play everything that you need to do in a given day? Well, there are some restrictions. Obviously, the free energy coming up 3 times per day. You have to play 3 separate times separated by an hour each. So aside from that little bit, we can pretty well do everything that we need to do in a game just right out of the gate in, about 20 minutes or so. So the first thing that I always do is I jump in and I grab that energy. It is important to remember the energy ticks up at 1 per 6 minutes. So it is worth go ahead and knocking this out of the way. I always go to Chapter 9, Mission 1 and raid this 3 times. If you haven't seen the video on why I do that mission in particular, go check out this video that's linked in the top right-hand corner. And now I want to burn the rest of my energy as quickly as possible. Right now I'm working on Isaac for the LOL Osh team against the raid boss. So I'll just go to the highest mission and then raid it all. There's probably a more efficient use of energy on Isaac for this item, but it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and go to the soul shop and buy it while we're here and then back out. Now, the next thing that I like to do is I like to get my expeditions going. I hit escape a lot to back out of things faster. There's a lot of things in the game on Hero Wars Facebook and web that you can back out of much faster if you just tap the escape button. See if I can start. There we go, back out. You don't actually have to click the X button. You don't have to wait for the awards to finish showing up whenever you complete it. See, I did that and it completes the rewards. I get it. Auto starts. Now, I have enough heroes to do 5, but generally speaking, the average player is only going to have enough heroes to do 3 or 4. I like to get these started because one of them will take around 4 to 5 minutes to complete. And generally speaking, by the time I'm done with a couple of other tasks, I'm able to come back and start another expedition. I always want to try to spend my artifacts immediately out of the gate. I'm not going to be able to here. I'll come back later after a couple of those expeditions are finished. The arena is another thing that I like to get into. I don't really care about the arena too much. Some days I really try to push for the arena, but other days I'm just going in, I'm claiming the rewards, I'm starting the attack. As soon as it loads up, I press escape and then skip battle. It skips it. Now I have the arena timer going. It's going to pop down another 45 seconds and the grand arena timer going. This is when I jump into the tower. I have the tower completely unlocked, so I choose chest because I don't want to waste the emeralds on it. I always choose the rightmost chest of the 3 because it is the quickest. And while these items are great, there isn't currently an active event that requires me to spend emeralds or open more tower chests. So I could look at these and be like, oh, I really need more of these items right here, so I should open another chest or 2. But I'm not really going to worry about that right now. As often as I play this game, which, every day you should be playing this game, I come across enough examples of instances, I should say, where I have an opportunity to get additional items that I'm not going to worry about spending emeralds here. You could argue on whether or not the emerald efficiencies for the 50 emerald chests versus the 100 emerald chests, maybe getting these items are worth it for 50 but not for the 100. That's a conversation maybe for a different video, but I always try to burn through this as quickly as possible. Open, collect the gold for that, collect that for that. I check to see where I'm at here. Usually this is enough time to get my second attack in for the day. So I actually made an attack earlier this morning for a video. So that completes the guild activity, completes the 4 expeditions, opening the tower chests, the arena, the 3 heroic missions, and the 10 regular missions. From here, I jump in and do the Outland. Same situation. You can open and then clear it out as quickly as possible. You can't escape out of these, but you can, as soon as you click the open, you can hit the X button to jump out into the next one. Same situation here. Some days I buy more skin stones with emeralds, but often I don't worry about it, especially if there's not an event active that requires, like I said, if there's no event that requires opening Outland chests or spinning emeralds, then I don't worry about it. I kind of just run through and collect other things while I go. And then once I'm done with those basic things, that's when I kind of start from the top of the daily quests and work my way down. I always go to the forge and jump into it. I'm working on Zhu for the LOL Osh team, so I'll work on that. Just go ahead and dump that, so that's okay. Takes care of 2 more of the tasks. Then I jump down to the Gather Titanite. Some days my guild is making a big push for Titanite. Most days we don't really care that much. We're not a very extreme requirements guild. So usually I don't do the full 300. Some days I do if I have more time or if I'm sitting around in the evenings watching TV or whatever. But generally speaking, I only collected this one right here for the Valkyrie's favor. It's enough to complete the task. Now, an important note, there is a bug right now that you can't see both, but if you back out and go back in, they'll both be there. So that's easy peasy. I always come back to the pets later. Definitely not going to spend these on, oh, look how much skin stones I have. Yikes. Let's go ahead and raise the physical attack. That's fine. Doesn't really matter too much. From here, I like to go to the battle. I raid, and then I hit escape, raid. As soon as it starts showing up the results, I hit escape, raid, escape, and there we go. I could fight this if I want to, but I'm not going to worry about it for the point of this video. Collect the chest rewards, and then open the Titan Sphere. That should be enough. If you don't have enough after doing that, then you need to go and collect the quests, which I should have done first. Should have collected these 2 quests, so I would have had enough to open, but I had enough to open there, so it didn't really matter. Then after that, I like to level up an artifact. I'm working on my Hyperion's elemental damage to increase the healing output. I don't have enough Essence of the Elements to level this up just yet, so I'm going to go and spend gold on another hero, another Titan instead. I don't have enough gold yet, so this is giving me an opportunity to complete the Emerald Exchange task. Remember, you can just escape out if you want to. Still don't have quite enough gold to get there. That's okay. We'll just go to one of these other ones and spend some gold there. So that completes a couple of more quests. We have the Use Emerald Exchange. We have the Level Up the Titan Artifacts. Level up the hero's skill 3 times. I have every hero that I could ever want at max level already, so I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom and throw some skills on there. You know what I should do actually is I should work on my judge. Where's my judge? Boom. Go back here. One of this expedition should be complete. So then we start the longest one, the 15-minute one, because we're not going to come back to this game for at least another hour. Let's try and see if we can level up that artifact again, and it doesn't look like we can, so let's go down again to the next tier. Still can't quite make it, so now let's go even lower. Let's take a look at Iris. There we go. There's one for Iris. And that should be enough for that. Now we take a look at the expeditions. I only do 11 or higher, and I got an invite from James to play this. I very much trust James and Talus. You only want to join adventures with people that you trust. I've been playing with these 2 individuals in this adventure for a long time now, and they always leave the bottom route for me. I can pretty well one-hit this without even looking at it. So another common question that people ask on how to save time in playing Hero Wars day to day, these are more opportunities to save time is going to be in these adventures. So I know that my team is strong enough to handle every single team on this bottom route. So I just start the battle. You got to wait for it to load, right? You got to wait for my character to kind of jump around here. Wait for the loading bar to finish. Escape, skip battle. There you go. Grab the buff, magic damage, because it's an Orion boss. Be mindful of the Rufuses across the bottom. Although this is a physical attack focused route, there is a magic defense buff right here. So I don't, nobody ever with magic teams attack this bottom. So Rufus on this bottom route is kind of a waste, I think. But it just really wants to impede made strategy. Impede made teams from taking this bottom route. Now, Tullis already cleared the buff off the boss on the outside, so I can finish up this boss right now. We're going to continue to attack and then hit cancel. Now, if you can't quite successfully defeat these teams without playing in manual mode, that's okay. It will add a little bit of time. However, something that you need to be very mindful of in adventures, if you don't know this yet, but these buff towers that I've picked up a couple, they don't affect all 3 players. They only affect you. So you can see that James picked up the pure damage resist and the tank swiftness. I'm sorry. He took up the healing increase and the pure damage resist, whereas Tullis picked up the physical damage increase. This was a mistake for him. Even though he is a physical team and he went the top route, it would have been better if he brought a magic team going the top route instead. And generally speaking, if you're fighting in the middle like James isn't fighting the boss, then James was correct in taking the healing increase, not the damage increase, right? I took the magic damage increase because it was all that was left. Tullis took the physical damage increase from the buff right here or right here. I can't remember which one it was. Since we're actually going to be the ones fighting the boss, it's better for us to have those damage buffs instead. Same goes for some of these buffs in the middle that James could have collected. He could have chose the magic defense buff, but he didn't choose the magic defense buff, so now I got it. Let's see here. Magic damage resist 20% there. It is possible that Tullis picked one up. Yep, magic damage resist 20%. So there are 2 buffs on here that James had an opportunity to pick up, but he didn't pick up those magic resist buffs because, again, he's not fighting this Orion boss, so he doesn't need that higher magic defense, whereas we do. Now, again, I'm one-hitting all of these, but if you are having trouble, take your time in these. It is much better to take your time and guarantee the win than it would be to rush through it just to save time. Absolutely going to be better to secure 4 chests for your guildmates than it is to just try to rush to it as fast as possible. If you misclick, if you fight a team that is going to be a hard counter, maybe you're a full mage team and you're going up against a Rufus, then you're going to struggle. And then maybe your guildmates won't want to play with you anymore in adventures. We're going to go ahead and finish up this last node. I'm not even going to play manual on the boss, and I'll show you why. I've fought this Orion a number of times, so I know that I don't need a tank when I'm fighting him. So I'm going to attack, I'm going to drop my tank, and I'm going to drop Nebula. I'm actually going to add in Isaac and Yasmin. I could use Iris. You know what? Let's try Iris. Let's see how Iris does with this little bit right here. May not be that great since the area of effect abilities aren't really there, but let's try it. It's been a while since I've tried Iris against these adventure bosses. I don't think that Iris does very well against adventure bosses because she's really effective against enemies that have multiple teams or multiple allies with them. I just skip the battle. There you go. And I'm able to one-hit it. No problem. No problem. Now, one thing to remember, one very important thing to remember is you can see how Kark, Isaac, Iris, I have this lineup right here. The next time you join an adventure, this is going to be the lineup that the game remembers. So whenever you join an adventure again, make sure that you reset your lineup from your boss lineup, or it may lead to a loss in that first attack on the very next adventure, you know, tomorrow or whatever. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open these 4 chests, but I'm not going to end the adventure. I'm just going to hit X to back out. It completes the open 3 chests. It completes the starter join adventures. I will go ahead and I have about 80, so I'm going to open some of these eggs anyway. So tomorrow whenever I log in, I can jump in here and I can end the adventure, and I'm just going to show you just for the sake of it. And then I can come over here and raid, and boom, there's 4 more chests. This would be my completion for tomorrow as well. That would be a way to speed up the gameplay every other day even more. But, you know, for the sake of this video, I thought I would show you. Always buy the pet potions and chaos particles every single day. And that's pretty much it. Now, in 45-ish minutes, I'll have more energy available. These 2 tasks right here, I can and will spend some emeralds to get more energy today. I have a lot of energy potions saved up that I'm probably going to use during tonight's Scorching Days Titan Soulstone event. Maybe I'll save these for other events that are upcoming, like the summer festival or whatever. But the last 2 things that you need to be very mindful of: the guild raid system. Do not forget that these all go away. Phase 1 of the guild raid does end on Thursday. So choose whatever day you want to attack these. I like to fight these while I'm on my live stream, so I usually save these for my live stream. I didn't do it yesterday because we ran out of time, but do not forget to attack these minions and these sub bosses before this ends on Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you cannot attack these. You can only attack Osh, the baby god. So don't forget to attack these. I'm not going to attack them now because, like I said, I usually save them for my live stream. And also the Guild War. The Guild War takes about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how complex the enemy team is, how well you know your team, how well you know the enemy guild. I know these teams pretty well, so I know that I shouldn't have any trouble defeating RC Striker and Richard. I can do those now if I want, but again, I usually save these fights for my live stream to show it off. This in total, even if you need to go and test a little bit in the guild training area in the chat room, even if you need to go into guild battles and do some testing to figure out what teams may or may not work versus your Guild War assignments, this probably won't take you more than 10 or 15 minutes to figure out. And it looks like we've been recording for about 14 to 15 minutes. So all in all, including fighting in the Guild War, including fighting in the Guild Raid system, each day for me is going to take roughly 20 to 30 minutes. Now, for me personally, it's a little different because we do live stream for an hour every single day. Monday through Friday, the schedule is on screen now. And I like to save a lot of this activity, a lot of this stuff, a lot of the quests. I like to save a lot of it for during my live stream, not only because I enjoy playing while I'm chatting with you guys, but also it gives me an opportunity to discuss different strategies for the different activities, you know, for the arena, for the grand arena, for the airship, all of that. It gives me an opportunity to chat about those and maybe answer some specific questions that my viewers may have about those. But I play between 5 and 7 Hero Wars accounts. Hero Wars Facebook, Hero Wars Web, Hero Wars Mobile, both on Android and on iOS. Some accounts I play every single day. Some accounts I just play about once or twice a week. It takes me about 20 to 30 minutes for each and every account. So that's it. That's about how long it takes me to play each game. Don't forget that you need to log in 2 more times over the course of the next, couple of hours to collect the rest of this free energy. Wouldn't want that to go to waste. You also definitely do not want to let your energy cap out at all. Maybe you can can't quite spend all of your energy here in the morning, definitely don't want this to cap out. You want to spend it as quickly as possible. So on screen now, there's a cool video about what team to pick, which team to build in 2022. It's going to give you some insight on different leveling strategies. And then along with it on the right, there's going to be a video about the best teams to build for defense. Check those videos out if you have time. If you found this video helpful, please consider leaving it a like. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.